Hey, what's up, Evelyn? We are
Hey, Erica.
live, and it is 8:28, and we are live in the building.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody out there in Facebook land, I think. Anyway, I am Erica, and I am the co-host, and this is
I'm Evelyn.
I'm Erica Campbell, and I am co-host of Sacred Bloom. Call her Goddess, and we are live. This is our first live,
Very first podcast.
very first.
Time to take the training wheels off, right?
Yes, trying to take the training wheels off. Anyway, today is our first episode, and it is Return to Divine Feminine Energy.
Yes.
How do
I'm
we get
excited.
there? I'm excited too. How do we get there? And how did we lose that feminine energy? And where do we start? How do we get that back? Well, I think we should start with a little affirmations just to get everyone, you know, acclimated to us and what we're about and what we stand for. And I'm going to play singing bowls to get everyone acclimated. But before we do that, Evelyn, do you want to talk a little bit about yourself and explain to the audience about who you are?
Yes, so I am Evelyn Wiggins. I am a interior designer and I wrote a few books about just returning to your ancestral home, connecting back to your roots. I am a Navy veteran and I'm a full-time caregiver to my mom. And yeah, I love it here. It was a long road to get from where I came from to here, and just that's what we're gonna cover in this podcast. Just figuring out how to get back to your feminine energy, just realigning yourself. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. And I am Erica Y. Campbell. I am a designer, a stylist, a certified Reiki practitioner, and a transformation life coach. Um, there's a lot of other things, but you guys will find that out along our journeys together.
Mhm.
And welcome and thank you for being here. Um, oh yeah, I'm a grandmother, so
You are.
hence the gray hair, but I guess that don't mean anything. So we're gonna start off with a little meditation and affirmation. So thank you for coming to this sacred space with us. This is a space for women to return to their feminine energy, to heal um, spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally, um, to heal from past traumas, to heal your sacred room, to heal your feminine energy and get back to what has been lost for so many years, from the hustle, the bustle, the grind, the masculine energy, um,
All of
every,
that.
all of that. We're going to be committing ourselves, make a devotion and a commitment to yourself to love yourself first. So I would like everyone to place their one hand over their heart, your left hand over your heart, and your right hand over your womb. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in through your nose and release through your mouth. One more deep breath in. Another deep breath in. You can keep your eyes closed. As I say these affirmations, you can repeat them to yourself or you can repeat them out loud. I am my first and forever love. I honor the goddess within me with every choice I make. I am deeply committed to my healing, my joy, my peace, and to my divine becoming. Loving myself is my sacred vow, daily, wholly, completely, and freely, without conditions, but with boundaries. I show up for myself as the softest lover and the fiercest protector. My boundaries are holy. My desires are divine, and my presence is enough. I tend to my spirit like a sacred altar. I am worth the devotion. Every day, I recommit to the woman I am and the goddess that I am becoming. I release all versions of me that were rooted in pain, trauma, hurt, disbelief, disillusioned, and I choose love always. In loving myself, I give others permission to love me the same. I'm choosing myself as we should do. And thank you. So let's get this
Yeah,
party.
let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's do it and get into it. So, returning to the feminine energy, how do we get there? And what happened along the way that we got astray? Was it generational? Was it conditional? Was it unconditional? Was it habits? Was it what we were told when we were little girls? Like,
Yeah,
what happened to the goddess in the inside?
yeah. That's a good question. And I think it looks different for everyone, but the foundation is the same, you know, that we just lost our way from the divine feminine.
And for me, I think I was told that you work hard, you grow up, the picket white fence, the husband, the children, or first you go to college,
Yep.
um, and you work. The idea was to work until you damn near 70, I guess. Uh, and then
Sometimes older than that.
that's when life starts.
Yeah.
But we all are on different paths and different journeys. So, how do we get there? And for me, I feel like it was always driven into me work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard. And me working hard, I lost sight of myself because not only was I working hard, and then I was in college, and then I became a parent. So now I'm working hard. Now I'm in college. Now I'm a parent. Now I'm raising another human being, and I'm trying to divide myself and split myself in multiple ways. And then at the end of the day, I don't have enough energy for myself. Not even to
Tank is empty.
not even to return to the feminine energy. I think past middle school, I forgot what that was. I forgot what feminine energy was, because I was always on a hustle and grind, always trying to build or fulfill a commitment to appease other people.
Yep.
Because when I look back, did I do those things for myself, or did I do that for gratification, for other people to accept me, love me, and want me? So it's like, what did I do all these things for? Because at the end of the day, it didn't make me happy. It made me kind of resentful. And then that's where the masculine energy stepped in, because I had to fight or flight, if that makes sense. Because I
Yeah.
have all these things.
Survival mode.
Yeah, I'm in constant survival mode. All of my 20s for sure. Definitely in my 30s. And part of my 40s. Until I woke up totally exhausted, looking back on some pictures that I couldn't even recognize myself.
Yeah.
I didn't even look like myself. I'm like, wow. Um, I must have been in a pretty bad shape. I was just exhausted from other people pulling on me, just exhausted from the everyday life, the exhaustion of you got to work 2, 3 jobs, then a side hustle,
Yep.
and because you trying to get the American dream.
Yep. Have 2.5 kids, a goldfish, and a dog named Rover. Just, yeah.
And
It's
don't
because
forget the
it's,
cat.
don't forget the cat, but that's because it was, always, we were conditioned to that. It was expected of us. I remember when I was in high school, there was a class that we took, and I forget the name of the class, but it taught us about the nuclear family. How this perfect depiction of a family, and it holds women to, we have like so much that we have to carry on our backs.
Mm-hmm.
So we feel like we're always performing, when we go out in public, when we come home, in the privacy of our bedrooms, it's like always like, when do we get to lay it down
I
and
gotta
just be?
dress up when I leave to go to work. Then I gotta dress up when I come home. I gotta dress up to hang out with my friends. I gotta dress up to try to get another job to help supplement the other job. I gotta keep dressing up for everyone else, but not really dressing up for myself. Hmm.
Yeah.
When did you get your aha moment?
I mean, for me, as an interior designer, it came when I looked around my house and I didn't see myself in it. You know, I had to connect back to my roots, because we have been conditioned to do what the trends say, do all white, everything, white furniture. But where is the soul in your house? Where is that feminine? Where is that divine energy there? So that was my aha moment, just going through my divorce, coming through, just the turmoil that put me through. I had to grieve, and just taking time to sit with myself and just journal and meditate and pray and just like have a hard talk with myself, talk to myself like how I want somebody to talk to me, because people, yeah, they'll tell you, what you want to hear, but they don't tell you the hard truths, and that's what I had to like be real honest with myself. And because I was like lost my way. And so I, spent those 2 years and just figured out who I was again, return back to myself. And that's what we as women have to do. We have to come up with a ritual, whether that is exercising in the morning, meditating, like we do in the morning. I take care of my mom. So I like to enjoy a few hours of solitude in the morning with my coffee, watching the birds. I have a pool in my backyard. So I like to watch the water kind of ripple and just meditate and reflect. You have to return to center. Like if you're waking up and you're just always on the go, your mind is going to be in chaotic mode all day.
Definitely.
So, and then you're going to try to carve out a little piece of time, 10 minutes before you go to bed to wash your face. And yeah, you may have your lavender bundles in your shower, but, to kind of relax you. But what are you doing the rest of the day?
Running around and trying to save the world. I am guilty of that, trying to save the world and not giving enough attention to myself. So I think it led me to be irritated because I was so tired. And I honor peace now. Like, peace is a
Yeah.
part of my daily routine.
It's a different feeling when you have that inner peace. It's just like that song, it's just a peace that it's indescribable. It's
It's,
indescribable.
I can't even explain it to people because I'll talk to someone and say, yeah, I'm at peace. I just broke up with someone.
Yeah, but did you heal? You take time to, did you throw that teddy bear out that he bought you 14 years ago? Are you still holding that energy in your house?
Holding on to stacks of letters.
Yeah, why? Why are you holding on to that? Why are you leaving the back door cracked open so he can get his pinky toe in there? Close that door, girl.
Pictures.
His or her pinky toe. Close that door.
Close the door.
Trying to heal. Listen, donate to Goodwill.
I feel like
Somebody
you
needs it.
can heal if you have a lot of distractions.
Yeah,
And how can you heal from someone that hurt you if you're
exactly.
still holding on to the pain?
Yeah.
All their clothes, shoes, photos. You going to the same restaurants that you all used to go to together. You 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 keeping up with his family and friends. Why?
Yeah.
So that you
Listen,
can
when
see
I
what he's doing or see
listen, when
who
I got my divorce, I divorced his mama, all of them.
the whole family, the cat, the
We got
dog.
yeah. Even I mean, I don't have kids, but even if you have kids, like you don't have to be all up in their faces like that. You have to protect your peace.
I think sometimes people think because okay, if you have kids with someone, obviously it's not a clean break
Yeah.
because you're probably sharing custody and things like
Mhm.
that. However, you can be cordial with the person, but you don't have to show up to everything that the person is doing. Or every time the family asks you to come over and you are not together anymore. Why
Yeah.
would you even put yourself through that? What is inside of you that you can't let go?
Yeah.
And that brought me back to what we first said,
Yeah.
that trauma starts in childhood. At what point did a female child, stop being feminine? Or at what point did she lose her feminine energy or her divineness or her sweetness. And then she turned into something else as a teenager or a young adult, um, because trauma is in the womb. Trauma is anything past that harmed you, hurt you, or changed you, because it can change the trajectory of everything, how you show
Yeah.
up to the world. Because if you're not showing up for yourself, you're showing up for somebody else, and then you showing out. Because
Yeah.
I was one of those kids. I like to show out when I wasn't at home because I wanted to be at home. So if my mom took me somewhere or dropped us off, or we had a babysitter, I don't want to be here. I'm uncomfortable. I don't
Mhm.
feel safe. That's in your womb. When you don't feel safe, before your heart starts beating fast, you get a quiver in your stomach.
Mhm.
Fear, feeling unsafe, just whatever. Whatever that moment is, you're going to feel that tension in your abdomen area. So what happens? How do you get that back? And it was something that you just said that reminded me I had to let go of the past. When we're talking about cleaning house, cleaning space, I had to let go of things that no longer serve you.
Yep.
Um, I let go clothes, things, dishes, beds. That's important because beds that you share with other people hold energy.
Yeah.
Why would you want to hold on to something that wasn't good for you?
Mhm.
So letting go. And I think for me, that was the hardest thing to do in life, is to let go, because I'm saying, well, I once loved that person, or there was some good things about that person, but was it good, or was it
Mhm.
just an illusion to make
Yeah.
you feel some type of way, so that narcissism can do whatever they wanted to do to you?
Mhm.
So I look back on some of the relationships that I've been in, they were very unhealthy, very unhealthy. Um, and being in an unhealthy environment, what is a person going to do? Fight or flight.
Yep.
When a foreign object is in your body, is getting ready to set up disease, what do? Your body fight or flight. It's the
Attacks
same
it.
thing
Mhm.
in relationships and dealing with people at work, dealing with friendships, relationships. You got to let go. You got to
Yeah.
choose yourself and let go.
Mhm. Yeah, you got to go back and you have to, heal that part of you that was broken, that was traumatized, whether it's seeking counseling or, going or whatever that may look like for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to heal that part in order to move on and return back to self, because you can't keep carrying baggage from one place to another. It's going to get heavy. You got to lighten your load. So, I mean, so that answers your question. Like, how do you, at what point? And I think that's kind of where I think women start, especially Black women, we start maybe losing on to that when we realize that the world is not kind to us.
Mm.
You know,
I never
it's not
thought.
kind to us. Yeah, it's
Mm.
not kind to us. And no matter how sweet we are, or driven or whatever, it's always going to be something that they find at fault.
Because I think as a Black woman, we're always trying to prove ourselves, whether we're
Yeah.
trying to prove it to our family, our parents, our children, our spouses. We're trying to be everything to everyone at the same time and forgetting about the person. You're not a robot. You can only do so much in a 24-hour day. And
Yeah.
you need what? 8 hours of sleep, and then you need an additional 4 for yourself. So 12 hours out of 24, you need everybody gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. They'll be all right.
Because if you are not all right, then the house ain't gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Your spouse is not gonna be all right. Your children are not gonna be all right. The dog gonna get neglected. The cat gonna get neglected. Everybody needs to play a part in the feminine energy, being the feminine energy in the household, respecting the divine feminine energy.
But we have to set those boundaries. We have to show people how to treat us and make sure that they stay within those boundaries. And if they don't, then they got to go.
Hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, you don't have to bend
Do
to
people
anyone for
know
them to.
how to set boundaries, though?
I didn't know how to set boundaries before, but I did as I learned to, love and grow to love myself, and that
The
means,
hardest thing to do is to love yourself. I think that's
yeah,
hard for people.
it is hard. And I think that a lot of people really just genuinely don't like spending time with themselves. They
That
always have to be surrounded by somebody. Like, how are you getting to know yourself if you're constantly surrounded by people?
I first I'm an empath, and once I realized that, I started enjoying more and more of my own company. Once I realized who I was, and see that comes from spending time with yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't sit with yourself for a week and you going like I didn't feel, during the pandemic, I didn't feel anything like people was going, I gotta get outside, I gotta do. I was like, man, this is the time that you're gonna rediscover yourself. You reinvent yourself. You find out what you really like. You find out if you even like the person that you with.
Yeah.
Um,
For real. If you want to box them up or what?
right. So spending time with yourself is part of self-care. And I'm not talking about spending an hour of time with yourself just to go get your nails done or get your hair done and stuff like that. I'm talking about really horning
Sitting with
down,
yourself. Yeah.
loving yourself, wanting to be with yourself,
I can. Mm-hmm.
wanting to leave wherever you at early so that you can be with yourself.
Yeah.
Like I want to go home. I want to lay down. I want to lay with me or my significant other. Like, I can only
Mm-hmm.
take. So I was thinking about how much time I spent doing other things and not giving myself the attention. And then it's like when you don't give yourself attention, you want attention from other people. You ever notice that? Like the attention you did give to yourself, you are expecting someone else to give it to you. You are
Okay.
expecting someone else to fill in that void.
Yeah. That
Because
validation.
the reason why people get in relationships because they lonely. That's
Yeah.
usually
I
they
mean,
need
it's nothing. Mm-hmm.
to
It's
fill
nothing
that void.
wrong with. Exactly. It's nothing wrong with. That's not what we're saying. Getting in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure that you both are healed before you get into that relationship, or else you're just going to be bringing baggage and chaos from your last relationship,
That,
and you're not gonna tolerate certain things if you're healed as a feminine woman, as a woman. You're not going to tolerate certain things. So it's just you set those boundaries, and that's it.
that's it. Set the boundaries because I feel like when you love yourself and give yourself the undivided attention that you've been given to everybody else, then the right type of love will come along. You
Yeah,
won't,
you'll attract it. Hmm.
and you won't have the masculine energy either.
Yeah.
It will
Hmm.
be soft. It will be respected. People will honor your boundaries. When you say,
Yeah.
hey, I don't do that. I don't know what you did with somebody else, but then you will find out very quickly if that person is for you or not. If the person is confrontational, you will find all the ugliness. I'm gonna say this. You'll find all the ugliness in other people. Once you start loving yourself, you will stop overlooking stuff. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
because exactly, you usually attract what you are. So if you're healed, you usually attract somebody that's usually healed. If you're damaged, you're gonna attract somebody that's equally damaged, you know? So, and you're gonna see that when people approach you, if you're healed, you'll see that off the rip, like this person has issues. So you'll feel that, you'll see it, and you won't want that energy around you.
You're gonna feel it. It's a,
Mhm.
and I think we had a, because we talk a lot, and we talk about having peace. When you have peace, it's things that you can recognize very quickly,
Yeah, just
very early
like
on,
that.
like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
We all got this
That intuition. Hmm.
intuition in us. Sometimes we try to ignore it for
Yeah.
whatever our reasonings are, but it's like, hmm.
You feel it.
And
Yeah.
you will hear, you recognize that thing that somebody said to you that doesn't make sense. And you
Yeah.
that sounds familiar. That sounds like trauma to me. I need to go the other direction. That's a
Yeah.
warning sign.
Run, girl, run.
Run like Forrest Gump.
Right.
Keep
Listen,
running.
keep your track shoes on at all
You
times.
don't need to battle no one. You don't need to argue with anyone. You don't need
Yeah.
this, because I've seen women that say, "Oh, I'm about to fight. I'm about to fight him." Or why? Just leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just leave. Unless you are in a situation where and we're talking about new meetings and interactions with someone, uh, because you might be in a situation where you can't leave a certain situation, but
Yeah.
early on, you can protect your peace. Protect your peace like it's your newborn baby.
Yeah.
And
And just be honest with them. Yeah. Be honest with them. Like, we're not a good fit or
we're not a match.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, we're not a match. I know there's someone out there for you, but I don't think you and I are spiritually connected in any kind of way. We don't have any kind of energy. Now, I've said that to quite a few people and I got cursed out. So that let me know that intuition that I was
Yeah.
feeling,
He wasn't healed.
I knew it was like, you know how you get
Yeah.
that feeling and you like, the conversation is not right. He
Mhm.
don't like look right, might look like the right package, but
Mhm.
something's off. And
Yeah.
when I say we're not a match,
Yeah.
something, oh, it sounds like you bitter. It sounds like I don't like you. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know what you hearing, but I'm hearing. I mean, you're not a match. What did you get out of that? Like
Yeah,
what?
because that's what I got. Because are we Are we listening to the same conversation, or like, are you
Oh,
hearing me
I just
now?
feel you ain't never had a good man before. How do you know that?
Yeah.
I had plenty good men. Um, but you not it. Period. We not a
Tag,
match.
you ain't it.
And it's okay. Everybody you meet is not
Yep.
going to be healed. We know that because we live in a world that's broken. And what
Yeah.
really aggravates me about that is I don't like that. I don't like my black sisters being broken. I don't. it's people that's right now in relationships that, you know, on camera, it's all a bed of roses and stuff. What is in the inside that's making a person think, making a woman, a black woman? We are the omegas. We are the blueprint.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, what makes you settle for something less than what you are unless you don't know that you are up here? You know,
Yeah.
why would you settle for ordinary when you're extraordinary?
Extra. Yeah. What happened to your crown? Go find that crown and put it back on. Yeah, seriously. I mean, we should set the pace for how we should be treated. And like I said before, I've been in situations where I allowed that because that's what I knew at the time. I wasn't healed, but when I took the time to reflect on myself and figure out who I was and what I deserve and what I can give and how that should be reciprocated, I went and picked up that crown and polished it off and put it back on, because we don't have to put up with that.
We don't
We
have,
don't,
you know.
you know?
Is it a generational thing?
I
Because
think mhm,
I've seen older women put up with a lot of things, and
yeah.
they will tell the younger women, "Oh, that's just a man. Girl, you ought to be glad you got a husband. You better be glad he get up and go to work. It don't matter. Like, you need to forgive him. You need to." It was like, I feel like some of that came from slavery. Um, and they showed that a lot in a very famous black movie, that when the second edition came out, I did not watch it because I felt like I'm not getting ready to sit at the table with my abuser
Yeah.
and his mistress and lover.
Mhm.
I'm not going to. Why, at some point, did slavery have something to do with that? Because slavery divided the black family, and they sexualized the black woman. They told us what we could and could not do. We had no choices. For years, not only, what year was that? Women in general was just able to vote. What was that, 1969 or
Yeah,
something?
not that long ago. Yeah.
Long ago. So we as women have been oppressed so much, but no one would be here without a woman.
Facts.
No one. I was watching a documentary and they were talking about Mother Earth. And they said the earth is the only place, that's one of the reasons why they called it Mother Earth. A tree can produce another tree. That must be a woman. A flower can produce another flower. We keep producing, we keep creating. So we have to build ourselves up not to be abused anymore.
Yep.
Period. It's a non-negotiation. We are divine feminine energy. We are leaders, we are creators. We're so much more than just a woman, you know.
Yeah.
We are goddesses. It's the God in me that makes you a goddess. It's the goddess in you that makes you a goddess. And when you recognize that, I guarantee you're gonna fight for peace.
Yeah.
It starts in the inside. It starts in the womb. It starts with you. It starts there. at the beginning. You have to go all the way back to the beginning. When I first started really, really focusing in and having tunnel vision on my spiritual journey, it was 9 years ago, maybe 10, because it was before my grandson was born. And I said to myself, by any means necessary, just like I said, by any means necessary, I was going to leave Detroit and go to college in Atlanta. By any means necessary,
Yeah.
I'm going to overcome to become what I know I am. And I did not care who thought whatever about me. I didn't talk to no one. I focused on healing myself because I knew if I didn't heal myself, I was gonna that could have been detrimental for me and for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So making the decision and honoring that and being committed and devoted to myself, because I'm like, if I can devote myself to a relationship and devote myself to a man, we devote our bodies to people. We even donate our body parts on our driver's license.
Yeah.
We just keep giving ourselves away, but don't give to ourselves. Like, when is that gonna end? When is that self-sabotaging going to end?
Yeah. When you put a stop to it, when you realize that it's enough,
It's a
it's
means to
done.
no end. It's a
Yeah.
means to no end.
Spinning
So
your, yeah, she's spinning your wheels.
and I said to myself, I don't want to keep repeating things. Why am
Mm-hmm.
I repeating the same things?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I feeling uncomfortable?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to feel uncomfortable. And I don't want to dress up to make up. I don't want to, well, you dress up to feel good, right? But do you
Yeah.
feel good inside?
Yeah.
We
It's your
we
inside healed. Yeah. It's
mhm.
your inside pretty. Your outside is.
Oh honey, you spotless. You got the
Yeah.
car, you got the bag, you got everything going on.
Yep.
You got a half of a man.
Right.
You doing it.
Half of them.
That's black excellence, baby. You done bought a car, you done bought a house, you got a $30,000 handbag that all been made for $300. Everybody bag is treated equal, even the ones you got from Walmart.
Listen, we all saw the TikTok, right?
But you know what? I found that out 30 years ago in college. And I remember telling one of my friends, and she what do people do when they kind of, what is the word called? Blow you off. She was like, girl, this is authentic. I got this from the store. I made an appointment. I had to go pick it up. I said, girl, it come from the same place. Trust me. I learned this in merchandising in
What you
college.
say? This is ostrich, girl. What you?
No, that's PU, pleather. You know what PU stand for, pleather? I don't know. But I mean, it's some kind of leather. But the bottom line is, it was all made at the same factory. They just put a label on it. So you're paying for the label. You're not paying for anything. But at the end of the day, a bag can't heal you. And I know they have this thing like, shop therapy. And I was guilty of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, I still believe that it can, in that type of therapy, but don't go out there and spend your rent money when
I never
you know.
did that, but I went shopping at least 4 days out the week, at least,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I said to myself, well, this is what I work for. This I'm working. I'm hustling, I'm grinding, so I got the money. I'm gonna buy it because I want it. If I see it and I want it, I'm gonna buy it. And this was way before Afterpay and all that other stuff. Like if I wanted it, I bought it. Period.
Yeah.
But
So
then
what is? Mhm.
I had 2 storage units full of clothes and shoes. Storage unit, not no small storage unit. Like I
I
could go.
did too.
It was a closet,
Yeah.
and I was like,
You forget half of the stuff that's in there.
I don't even. I didn't because I don't have them anymore. But
Yeah,
I'm
because you
like,
bought it to just to fill the void at the time.
to fill a void, to
Yeah.
feel better, maybe about a breakup or somebody pissed me off, and I'm like, I'm gonna show them. Show them what? Nobody cares about your bank account but you. You know what I'm saying? So nobody cares about your closet but you. And at the end of the day, none of those material things made me happy
No, they don't. They never do.
until I started meditating, uh, choosing me, stop trying to please other people, healing. That's what made me feel better. Now, some of that stuff I don't even think about. I'm like, I remember buying so and so. I'm like, why did I buy that? What made me buy that?
Yeah, my thing was makeup and shoes and yeah. I mean, I had all these different shoes and I'm like still feel terrible inside.
It's terrible.
You
Look,
know?
I'm putting on my brand new shoes while I'm crying.
Exactly. I'm going to the makeup store and, you know, putting this mask back on. But inside I'm hurting, So that's what I had to go through. I had to relearn all of that, how to love myself after, my divorce.
Mhm.
I had to really have a heart to heart with myself. And I
Mhm.
think that's what a lot of people kind of they avoid it or they just don't want to hear it. But you have to have a heart to heart with yourself and just be real honest with yourself. Or get somebody that's real honest because yeah, like that's what brought me back to myself because I was completely lost.
I think
And
at some
yeah,
point we all have been as women.
yeah.
Mhm.
But now, my partner, I mean, that's why you have to get with somebody that is equally yoked with you because if you're healed, but you're tethered to somebody that's still, got baggage, got all this drama going on, they're gonna drag you down. They're gonna be an anchor. They're gonna drag you down. Y'all not equally yoked.
Mm-mm. Hmm.
So that's when you have to make a decision. Like, is your peace, is this worth your peace?
But is it a thing of if I love this person harder, they will change? So I'm gonna take from me, I'm gonna give to this other person, and just maybe they'll change.
Yeah, I've done that. And guess what? I was looking raggedy. Like you said, you're looking at those pictures where you just couldn't recognize yourself. I was looking raggedy because I was drained. He drained me. I said, well, maybe if I love him harder, maybe if I, have this breakfast, lunch, and dinner ready, and all of that, he'll change. He'll love me harder.
Hmm.
No, girl, I was looking raggedy. Okay. I may still have had the makeup on, but I'm looking at my old pictures.
Hmm.
I'm looking, girl, looking like somebody bopped me in both my eyes. I got circles. Just looking
Isn't that funny
crazy.
how people, I just, they don't believe in energy exchange.
Yeah, that's draining. Listen, that is real.
Very real. Very, very real. Because
Drain me. I was not getting any sleep. And that's what I was looking forward to the most. I was like, oh my goodness, I can sleep now. I can sleep. Listen, seriously. I mean, you have to. So, to answer your question, yeah, I've been there. You feel like you can, if you just show a person some love, that they'll change. Yeah, they may change a little bit, but you can never force somebody to change. They have to want to change. So
Okay.
they'll do it to please you, to appease you, to get you to stop
Mhm.
nagging them, but then they'll go right back to whatever they were doing before. So yeah, it may take you 10, 15 years to realize it, but that's okay. I remember when I was in design school, my teacher, she was like in her 60s. She said her and her husband just woke up one day and just said, let's get divorced. No, seriously. She said they all their kids were out the house. It was like, we don't like each other. Let's just get divorced. And she
How
was
do
like, that was
you do
that was
that?
the best decision that she made.
How do you be with someone for a long period of time and then you just wake up and say, I don't like you?
I don't like you. I'm tired of your skid marks in your drawers. You don't know how to season your food. I pretend like I like it,
Look,
but
I've been eating this crap for 20 years and I want to tell you, I never liked your food. But you
if
know
I,
what?
I gotta eat one more shepherd's pie.
When you act, have you ever seen that show, Frankie and Grace? Grace and Frankie. That's what
No, I
their
don't think
husband did.
really.
Their husband said they was leaving them. They were best friends. There was a couple that was best friends. Their husbands left their wives for each other.
Okay. I never seen that, but that sounds like a good show.
And one of the husbands was like, I didn't like a lot of stuff that you did, but I was there for the kids.
Yeah.
I'm not, now that I can say I'm not that chick. I'm not.
Yeah.
Eventually, I will be like, this is not working out. I don't think, like I said, we not a match.
But
This
you
not
know what? It like for me, I had to pick. I mean, there were no kids involved, but
working.
it's easy to say that you would just say, "Hey, I'm done." But see, when you have so much tied into each other, like we had bills, we had all of this stuff, so it's not easy. And then the type of abuse that I was receiving was psychological.
Mhm.
So I had to first like retrain my mind and get out of that, and then I was able to break the ties. So I mean, a lot of people say, hey, I would just walk away, but sometimes it's not that easy. This person, they may be crazy. You may fear for your life.
Mhm.
So there's so many different scenarios that could play out. But I think ultimately the end goal should be to sever it, to end a relationship. If you're not happy and he or she is not happy, then why are you still together? Why are you wasting your life? You get one life, right? Why are you wasting this time being unhappy when you really want to go live out the rest of your days on a nudist
You want
beach?
to do you,
Yeah, and
and
they don't want to. I don't know. That was random. I'm just saying, like,
like
make yourself
I get
happy.
it. I understand, and that's the reason why, for me, I
Uh,
do not sacrifice my peace for anyone.
yeah, I
If
don't
you
anymore.
if you call me and I'm in meditation, you are not more important than me and what I have going on, because you
Yeah,
don't know what I'm working on or what I'm doing. And while I'm in this meditation, it could be because I'm dealing with something.
yeah,
That's my whole piece entirety. I have family members that don't even call me before a certain time because they know I know you sometimes you be in meditation for hours, sometimes days. because I'm at the level of meditation now that I can still function, do what I got to do, and then go right back into it. I'm committed to myself. I'm devoted to myself because I said I would never go through the type of pain that I went through. Everybody has their own pain that they have dealt with and they have dealt with and have been through. So who is the next person to tell me how I should anchor it, how
Yeah.
I should heal from it?
Yeah.
That's me. That's
That's
what I
your journey.
do. That's my journey. And I remember dating someone, they didn't believe that I was meditating that much. They just couldn't believe, like, I've never seen nobody with that kind of discipline before. I'm who I say. Okay, I said, well, let me put it to you like this. Would you believe who I was if I was online twerking? Would you believe who I was if I was doing things that wasn't respecting myself? Would you believe me then?
Yeah.
Why is it that when a Black woman is disciplined, nobody believes her?
Yeah.
But if I was doing everything that everybody else was doing, I'm believable.
Yeah.
Why is that? I mean, I didn't
Kind
come
of
out,
taboo.
I
Hmm.
didn't come out the womb doing those things or acting like that or whatever. This is my piece. Don't take that from me. And I remember telling a man that if you have a problem with my spiritual journey and my spirituality, we are not going to make it and we are not going to be matched because that is the one thing
That's
that's
important.
non-negotiable for me because you don't know where I came from. And I don't want
Exactly.
to share that with you. Or if you don't trust me as the person as the woman I am today, because I'm a long way from being a little girl. So if you don't trust the woman that I am, you're not the man for me. Because I am, when I was doing whatever I was doing, whatever it was in my past, in my younger years, that was me too. That was real too. But that's,
Yeah. That was your fate. Yeah.
thank
That
you.
was that chapter of your life.
That was
Hmm.
that chapter.
We're allowed to change. Yeah. We're allowed to grow and change. And people try to remind you of who you were 5, 10 years ago.
5 minutes a week.
Yeah, you're like, okay, so I'm not that person anymore. But yeah,
I'm
thanks for
entitled
the
to
walk
change
down
my
memory
mind.
lane.
I'm entitled to change my mind because I'm entitled to growth. I'm entitled to progression. I'm entitled to return to my feminine energy, and I'm entitled to overcome to become the best version of me. Now, if you have a problem with that, that just shows me that you're not healed. Because I don't see who wouldn't want to be with someone that's the best version of them.
Yeah.
I remember a friend telling me, I don't like you no more. You're not fun anymore. Girl,
Wow.
you like the broken Erica. But guess what? I might have been fun. I might have been funny, but I wasn't happy. I,
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
I wasn't happy. And maybe some of those jokes or some of that laughter was just to mask some of the pain I was going through.
Yeah.
So, but I like me. So what you think about me don't matter because I like me. I like
Yep.
this person now. Because
Yeah.
the person that I was back then, I don't know, honey. I don't know if you really liked me or not. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But I'm healed. And I think sometimes that offends people also because they can no longer manipulate
Yeah,
you.
that light offends
Old
people.
person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That that what do they say? That makes people very uncomfortable. When you're
Yeah.
comfortable with who you are, that makes other people uncomfortable. And I
Yeah.
realized that. I was like, the more I evolve, the more I'm healing, the more angry people are getting with me. Well, maybe that was my sign. We have outgrown each other. You go your way, and I'll go mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wish you anything bad. And I always tell people this: I wish you peace and healing. You are entitled to whatever you deserve. Now, you could take that however you want it, because that means it's going to make somebody think. She said, I'm entitled to whatever I deserve. Yep, you're entitled. Whatever you deserve, whatever you feel like you deserve. All your nastiness, your meanness, all of that. You entitled to that. But don't be surprised when it comes to knock on your door in return, because you're entitled to it.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, yes, healing is, it's a ongoing, it's not a battle, but it's ever changing. It's ongoing. It's evolving. It's reprogramming. It's unlearn to learn yourself again. But it's a disciplined journey, but it's great rewards in the end.
Yeah, it is. It's always worth it.
It's worth it.
It's hard. It may seem hard, and you may have a lot of nights where you cry yourself to sleep, or but it's worth it. That peace is definitely worth it.
The peace. The peace. The peace of mind is priceless. And like I said, I think people thought I was jiving them. I do. I really do think people, she really do that stuff every day. I do. Like, sometimes I don't want to leave home because I don't want to leave my sanctuary. I don't want to leave my peace. I don't want to deal with people and their drama and their this and their that. I don't want to deal with it because that's not how I live. I'm at peace. I really, you know, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. When you get
Yeah,
to that level of peace, you will protect it at any cost.
but yeah,
Any cost.
yep.
You
Any
don't get
cause.
your time on anything. And then when you at peace,
Got time for foolishness. Mm-hmm.
things come to you so easily,
Mm-hmm.
so freely.
You walk into a room and the atmosphere shifts, and people want to know what's different about you. Nothing. Just got peace.
I got peace.
You got on some new clothes now.
You look
Got some.
different. You look
I'm
different.
at peace.
I'm at
Yeah.
peace.
Hmm.
What is it about you? I'm at peace. No drama. I don't.
Got
I
rid
don't.
of 220 pounds of baggage. Yeah. And I'm
And
with, a new man that knows how to treat me. So yeah.
that's a beautiful thing. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. So, returning to the feminine, the divine feminine energy. How do you get there? Things that you can do to um, cultivate that energy, devoting commitment and time to yourself. Uh,
Mhm.
those things are priceless and irreplaceable
Yeah.
because
I would love to have like an expert come on here
yeah.
and give their take on it.
Well, you know what makes us an expert? We done been through it.
Well, you know what I mean, with
I
all the
mean,
A through Z,
you know,
all
like
the letters, the A through Z behind their last name.
well, I get that. But they say you an expert if you don't live through it and you done been through it. You got the t-shirt to prove it.
Yeah.
All women are experts at whatever they've been doing for so long and they're good at.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to get like somebody, like a discussion panel going.
Mm-hmm.
So
That would be good.
mhm.
Anyone open to come on to discuss?
Yeah.
Contact
Black
us.
women, you're right. Black women therapists.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you have any final words for anyone, any of our viewers, listeners, um, just about being in your feminine energy and just I think people have to accept it first of all, because sometimes people don't want to do what they don't understand. Because what do you mean? Who are you to say, or um, speak on? And we're just speaking from our own experiences and how
Yeah.
we got from point A to point Z. Um, and some people don't feel like they have the time. Well, I don't have the time to get up early in the morning and meditate. You can meditate on your lunch break. You can,
In the
okay,
shower,
in the
you can,
shower.
yeah, you can
You can listen
pray.
to, uh, what is that? Meditation music.
Yeah.
Shower.
Hmm.
Once you taste that energy of self love, it expands from there. Like start off 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
30 minutes. Now you at an hour and you like, who's that calling me? Oh, I'm in the middle of something. And you might forget to call. I've done that before. I'll say I'm gonna call somebody back, but I'm so into what I'm doing, and then I have other stuff that I'm doing too. That's for my progress. Maybe I forget to call you back. Don't
Yep.
take it personal. I'm just
Yeah.
living. I'm living in my truth. I'm living
Yep.
with me. I'm loving on me right now.
Mhm.
Um, I don't have a husband. I don't have any small kids. So I can give myself all the undivided attention that I want. And something that I didn't do for years, I'm taking all my power back. Period.
I hear that. Yeah.
All of it.
Period. Mhm.
Period. My family don't get upset if they don't hear from me. They'll text me, "Oh, you busy?" Yup. Because I'm giving me. Because I have done so much and a lot. I used to run back and forth to home for 20 years, no, for every holiday.
Mm.
And I didn't always fly. I would drive. So we talking about 12 hours there, 12 hours back. Then that was over a weekend. Then I get up
Yeah,
and go.
that's a long time. Wow.
So that was 24 hours
Yeah. So you
just
don't waste
driving
a whole day.
a whole day. And then I get up and go to work. And then I gotta be a mom. And then I gotta do this. And then I gotta do that. And then I was a hairdresser, did hair on the weekends, then had a full-time job, then went to school at night. Guess what? At 54, I don't do nothing I don't want to. And that includes answering the phones.
Mhm.
I zone out for me
Yep.
because that's the only way I'm gonna be the best for me. I have to give to me. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah, you have to slow down and just all that other stuff can wait. Unless it's a super emergency, all of that other stuff can wait.
And if it's an emergency, somebody will tell me it's an emergency. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't like the guessing game. I don't like the guessing game and I don't like the play games. So I just like my freedom. I like my peace. I do. I love it. I'm in love with me. I don't
Yeah,
care. I'm in love with me. I love me. And
right.
me being at peace opened up so many doors. Me being a feminine, divine feminine energy opened up so many doors. And it's not, it's in, I think people get the divine feminine energy mixed up with, and when I say opened up so many doors, like opportunities,
Yeah.
money,
Hmm.
financial stability, peace,
Yeah,
because you have to have peace in every area of your life, finances,
you
your
do.
love life, your love language, your relationships. All of
Yeah,
that has to, uh,
yeah, to manifest that. Yeah.
that's
Yep.
what I'm saying.
You stressed out, your hands balled up. So how you gonna receive stuff?
You can't
If you're at
receive.
peace, your body's relaxed, your hands are open, and you're open to receive.
Exactly.
So, you just, yeah,
It's a beautiful thing to be at peace. That's all I can say. Like I don't know what else. It's priceless. Priceless for me. I don't let nothing distract me. When I say nothing, nothing. I don't. It was a time where my grandson could pull on my heartstrings, but now I'm like, Mimi needs some alone time.
yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, no, seriously. It's
And,
important.
and I might not be doing anything at all. It might just be I just want my peace. Period. And that don't mean I don't love you less. I just need my me time. So, what do you have for our closure?
I mean, I would say there's a lot to say, but the main thing I want to say is to just make sure that you slow down and you focus on you.
Mhm.
Focus on picking just one thing that you can kind of insert into your daily ritual. Whether it's, like I said before, like putting a lavender bundle in your shower, doing a meditation. Just focus on whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel whole, whatever makes you feel like you're returning back to yourself, your feminine energy. Do that. It's important because you have to be grounded before you go out into the world.
That's true. That's good advice. That's
You have to be grounded. So yeah. So it's just it's important.
taking a walk,
Mhm.
touching the earth, putting your feet on the grass, putting your feet in the earth, in the dirt, walking on the beach, walking on the sand, going to the ocean. That's grounding. Uh, Grounding to the earth, respecting the earth, respecting yourself, not allowing people to catcall you and to um, uh, boundaries. You need boundaries. As a
Yeah.
woman, you need boundaries. Let's get this divine feminine energy back in order.
Yeah. Front and
Uh,
center. Mhm.
Front and center, get aligned, um, so that you can be overcome to become the best you possible, the best you. And we thank you for tuning in. If you have tuned in, but if you didn't, this live is being recorded and will be posted. And next time you can join us, ask us some questions, get involved in the conversation. This is for women. This is for women to unite, be together, love on each other, support each other, real sisterhood, not just a hype, not just meeting for brunch to talk about
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
to really be accountable for one another so that we can return to the divine feminine energy and the goddesses that we are. And we thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
viewing and joining in. And you all have a lovely night. Bye bye.